can never really find a good sound effect of a guy getting hit in the head with a shovel.
Good evening, sir. May I interest you in our soup de jour?
Shut the fuck up, you goddamn fuckhole! You piece of shit!
The Opie and Anthony Show.
It's some feedback coming in, Anthony. David from Palm Springs, California. Guys, I couldn't get in on the FU line, so I will say this here. I'd like to give a whopping horse dick fuck you to all those politically correct bastards out there who say that we can't say Merry Christmas anymore.
Yep.
Yes. Just before I came in, I was watching CNN, and they had a whole thing about this. I guess the Macy's right here in New York City, they're not allowed to say Merry Christmas to their shoppers anymore. They have to say Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays.
Because Merry Christmas is offending a lot of people out. Not a lot of people out there. Once again, a small group of people that shop are being offended by the fact that the sales clerk is saying Merry Christmas instead of Happy Holidays or Happy Kwanzaa or whatever the hell they're celebrating these days.
The left is who's being offended. Just say it, the left.
We have to be all inclusive.
Yeah.
And nothing is special to anybody. It has to be ladled out in some bland mess to everybody. Nothing special, nothing too fun for one group or one people, even though everyone can enjoy it. You can't have that. You got to knock it down to make everyone feel equal and the same. Ugh. You want to smack these people in the head. Growing up, I don't know, I remember Christmas. I remember Merry Christmas. Lights spelling it out, displays, you go to the stores, Christmas trees everywhere, Merry Christmas written down. Now, no. It's got to be generic. You can't have like Christmas trees. It's got to be happy holiday displays. It's ridiculous.
Why do we have to suffer because we invented this damn thing?
We did? Well, I invented a Christmas robin. I was the first one.
Before me.
You can't mention religion at all.
No, I'm just saying, I mean, it's such a... We kind of... Whatever.
But the Catholics, Christians, the people that worship Jesus...
Right.
There you go. That pretty much covers it. The people that see Jesus as their Lord.
If it wasn't for us, there wouldn't be a holiday season.
Right. That Hanukkah thing didn't really seem to be taken off.
Not at all. They kind of looked. They looked in their books to try to figure out how they could capitalize on
I gotta tell you,
the Christmas thing,
the
whole Christmas thing.
The Jewish people.
Well, we're going to celebrate lights. What?
The Festival of Lights.
What?
We light a candle every night. Already too much work.
Yeah.
Too much to remember. Yeah, Jewish people.
And most Jewish people I know, they throw the Christmas tree in their house.
Of course they do.
Because they really just want to celebrate Christmas.
Everyone understands how fun and exciting Christmas is, especially growing up as a child. You love it. Love having the tree and the presents under the tree, the whole thing, Santa Claus and the stockings and the fireplace, all that stuff. And then everyone tries to jump on the bandwagon. Get the Jewish people with the Hanukkah, just doesn't quite cut it. Get one gift a night or something, and one of them's a dreidel.
It just points out how much their holidays suck, and that's why they don't like Christmas. Their holidays are boring and terrible.
That's what it is. I think it comes down to jealousy. Yep. So they kind of make a stink about it. The black people with the Kwanzaa, that just isn't taking off, my brothers. I'm sorry.
And what the hell is Kwanzaa? I've been trying to figure this out for years.
It was invented in like the 60s. You can't have a holiday that's just invented in the 60s.
Kwanzaa.
This stuff needs to be steeped in tradition. You can't start wishing people happy Kwanzaa.
And here's the problem. The only time it's okay to mention religion in schools is if you're telling your class how peaceful Islam is, and it's sickening. That's the only time they allow religion to be talked about is if you're defending Islam.
Yeah.
Well, guys, they misjudge Islam is violent because of the behavior of everyone in it.
Everyone. Now, Jim, I think those are just a few bad apples that you're eating.
God, you just stuff your face throughout the whole show.
I'm having an apple.
Every morning.
What am I supposed to do? It's not distracting. No one cares.
It's just another thing they're taking away from us, though. In your act, you talk about Mother's Day and how they don't celebrate it in school anymore.
I forgot about that joke. Yeah, of course the gays fought that because it's not all inclusive. Mother's Day cards.
There's a lot of schools.
What if a kid has two daddies at home?
A lot of schools have taken away Mother's Day and Father's Day. Mm-hmm. Well, Father's Day is in the summer, I guess, but Mother's Day. And, celebrating that in the schools.
Because it's not inclusive.
Well, they've replaced it, actually, from Mother's and Father's Day. You're sorry that your parents' sexual choices are embarrassing you in front of the other students' day. You fucking self-centered idiots. Yeah, why don't you two lock helmets and dock for a while your son cries, wondering why you're not like any other family he knows. You fucking stop trying to assimilate and force everyone to see it your way. You want to blow each other? Good for you. But stop force-feeding the rest of us your drivel. I don't care if gay people should be able to have partner benefits. Fine. You want to blow the same guy forever? You got the benefit of being a guy and not being married, but you want to tie yourself into the same cock and balls forever? That's your business, stupid.
I gotta agree with you on that one.
I got no problem with that.
And it's true. Instead of just working on getting your own crap together, all these groups have to knock down what the majority of people are doing to try to make themselves seem more accepted.
And it doesn't mean that your rights have to be infringed on if you're the minority group. Like, I'm not saying that the majority should be right, you should get nothing. But look, sorry, Christmas is something we celebrate. Doesn't mean that you can't celebrate Kwanzaa or Hanukkah.
Right.
All those things should be celebrated. But just like you said, to ladle it down and to take anything.
Yeah. Make it
sickening.
dull and boring and all-inclusive and nothing special. You can't have anything special to one group of people, or else everyone gets upset.
Who's getting upset? It's just a tiny portion of society. That's what bothers me.
They make the big stink.
Yep.
They make the
but
big
you say
stink.
everybody. It's
not everybody. It's
no one's getting
small
upset
groups.
that people that are told not to say Merry Christmas anymore.
It is. It's small groups that get upset, and the news loves this stuff. They pick up on it, and all of a sudden, before you know it, they're not saying Merry Christmas anymore. They're not celebrating Mother's Day in school. Mother's Day? Yeah, because that's real offensive. That's...
And you have to have a mother, by the way, you sissies. You have to, whether or not you're married or you're living an alternative lifestyle, the kid has a mother somewhere. The kid has a father. Sorry, that's the way nature set it up.
Came out of a snatch somewhere.
Absolutely.
Even though now he's living with two daddies.
But, you can't do that because my son will feel excluded. Oh, like when you and the other fuck are walking hand in hand in the park, he doesn't feel excluded? You ever notice that your kid hangs 14 yards behind you, looking at the ground, kicking his feet in the dirt, pretending he doesn't know? Oh. You two are so proud of yourself, you midlife crisis. I don't like pussy anymore. Me neither.
Oh,
God, that irritates me.
Wow.
Only because it's like forcing the smaller percentages will on the rest of the people. Again, I don't even care if gay people adopt. That's fine. There's plenty of bad straight parents. Gay people aren't going to fuck it up any more than straight people have with abuse. So it's fine. You want to adopt kids? Take them. I hate kids. They're yours. But just stop belly aching.
I'd agree
Or
with
maybe
you.
the children are brought up in healthy homes that way.
Maybe some of them might be. I'm sure there's plenty of look. If I love my parents, but if there's plenty of straight families I saw that were atrocious, and if I had to have two gay guys who had interest in the Guggenheim, lived on Fifth Avenue, yeah, I'd go with them. Who cares if they creep in and put a digit in? So what? They're probably both making $400K a year. You take it.
Living large.
Wow. Will in Denver, what's up?
Hey, not much, guys.
All right.
Good show this morning. I was wanting to point out, all the minorities really get pissed off about things and say, well, you gotta please us. And I look at it as, hey, we're the majority. You have the right to not like it, but we have the right to tell you to shut the hell up and deal with it.
Well, the majority is a bunch of pussies because, we just all allow this to happen. We don't really...
It's too much apathy, just like you all have said in the past.
Yeah, we take it,
Yeah. Too busy. Not really.
Too busy trying to make a living and put food on the table for your family. And
for the big picture, it's not really that important to everybody. If you look at the big picture of your life and just trying to, make enough money to raise your family, it's not that big a deal. And then you sit down and think about it, and it gets you pissed off, but you're not writing letters, and so they'll always have the upper hand. Those small little groups that want to make a big stink about it.
And the problem is the majority is a guilt complex. Because let's be honest, for many years the majority did kind of smash, the minority in a lot of ways, whether it was blacks or women. I mean, they were treated horribly. So it's like now in cases where there is no horrible treatment, the majority can't just go, look, you're shut the fuck up with that. They go, oh, all right, we're sorry.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
every little case that's brought up now. You know what I mean? It's like instead of just having a balance, now they're just caving in with everything, and it's really irritating.
Hey, Jim makes a good point on the phones. Jim
What?
from
No, I'm right
Jersey.
here, Ope.
No, Jim from Jersey.
I think
Oh,
we're
you're
up
from
in
Jersey,
Jersey.
too,
Yes.
yeah. Jim, on
What?
the phone, shut the fuck
What?
up. Jim.
What?
What's up?
Hey.
Hey.
Listen,
What?
Christmas is a national holiday. Why can't they say Merry Christmas? That's stupidity.
Well, it's just it's the bosses at these department stores. It's it's not like an edict has come down from Washington. You're not allowed to say Merry Christmas anymore.
It will.
So we should stop shopping at Macy's. And I know I'm going to hit the wall with this next question, but Opie, how's your headache?
Oh, I dumped like a racehorse this morning, man.
Ugh.
I was
Did your tail come up and slowly
dude.
green apples came falling out?
I told Anthony I walked in about we tried to get here around 5, a little before, and I was late. And I'm like, Aunt, I'm late, but I took care of all the problems from yesterday.
Took care of business
all morning, just over. I did 4 dumps in 1 hour.
Ooh.
All massive. It all decided to come out.
It must have been stinging.
So I don't have colon cancer, you assholes.
I bet it was just that awful pile that comes up out of the water.
Oh,
one of those thick, horrible
dude,
piles.
There was barely water at one point.
Really?
It was displaced by what was coming out.
You take a dump and think, oh, the maid's going to have some trouble with this. Cleaning up under the rim.
I knew the maid was coming. I'd do it on the bathroom floor and then point at it. Now clean it up!
I know our listeners mean well, but one guy's like, I think he has colon cancer. Another guy's like, my grandma had the same problem, and she didn't take a dump for 3 months, and the day that she was going to have an operation to get it all removed, she died from the toxins.
Oh, boy.
I didn't take a dump for like 2 days. That's it.
Yeah, you're fine.
And
Relax.
I know why, because I figured out I got this stupid cereal that's lots of fiber and protein. It's pretty much, I said it yesterday. It's like
Muslix.
It's like eating little twigs and little dirt bombs.
Ugh.
Literally. But it's kind of flavorful, and one morning I was really hungry, so it's not like Captain Crunch where you could eat the whole box and you're not going to have a problem.
Dude, having medicine for breakfast?
Dude, I will bring in this box of cereal tomorrow. You guys will laugh at me. I don't know. So I was hungry one morning, and I'm eating like 2 or 3 bowls of this stuff.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
Ugh.
I was making cement.
Oh, like a cement mix in your stomach. Taking a cast of your intestine.
Yeah, so
Yeesh.
back to normal today. Keith, what's going on?
Oh, the problem with all of this in society in general today is, as long as I'm a minority and I've got a half-baked cause, the liberal media is going to back me, and I'm going to get what I want. Because the average Joe walking down the street has just adopted a lazy attitude of, hey, I don't care. They can do whatever they want. I'm going to buy into whatever they say.
Yeah, the minority is definitely much more proactive than the majority.
Yeah.
And that's the problem in this country. I mean, we discover that in our stupid radio careers. You get one guy or one tiny little group complaining about your radio show, and the company will shut you down because they get all paranoid and scared.
They get all scared because it's one group. We just read the other day that over 99% of all the complaints that came into the FCC were from one group. That parents...
Yeah, Parents Teachers, Parents Television Council.
Yeah, Parents Television Council.
That's our society today.
Yeah, but you can't blame the liberal... As much as I hate the liberal media, it's conservatives to any special interest group has got that, whether they're left or right. They're just repulsive.
Awful.
Hey, I'm punching out.
All right,
fella.
Thank you, Keith.
They're all self-centered pigs, those special interest groups.
Speaking of the FCC, they're going to leave satellite radio alone, which we told you guys a month and a half ago. Some idiot station owner in L.A. It's all about press releases. This guy wanted to get his name in the paper. He's like, well, I'm going to demand that the FCC, regulates satellite radio.
The same way it regulates broadcast, yeah.
Right. So then there was a
indecency.
big stink, and of course the stupid news has to pick up on it. Oh, my God, are they going to regulate satellite radio? We told you guys a month and a half ago. No fucking way are they going to regulate satellite radio.
Saul Levine, who owns 3 radio stations in California.
Saul,
That's the guy.
Right.
they're gonna injure my income. Satellite take away my listeners.
But just the nerve of this guy, because commercial radio, you faggots have buckled and allowed it to be ruined by special interests. Now satellite's a place, and you want nobody to be able to enjoy that entertainment?
Right.
Oh, my God. The fucking self-centeredness of people in this country is sickening.
Because his stations are going to have to adhere to FCC regulations. He wants everybody to just hear what the FCC deems entertaining.
Well, he gave the option of maybe the FCC can relax the regulations for us.
Because that's going to happen.
How about this, cunt? Why don't you stop being such a slave to the advertising dollars and stand up for yourself?
Never. Never going to happen.
God, does that make me nauseous.
They're all running scared in regular radio.
So we're safe here, and we knew we'd be safe here.
And we sit here off the coast, broadcasting in, and there's nothing they could do about it.
I don't even think they want to do anything about it. As long as it's a pay service, fine. There's no, and the guy's like, well, you could pick it up in a rental car.
Ooh.
Oh, God, they'll strangle that douchebag. There's
Was
three
that
stations.
what he was saying?
Oh, yeah, he was
like
saying.
a family could be in a rental car, turn on
Right.
XM, and all of a sudden they're going to hear something offensive.
Exactly. Well, how about this? You marry into it with a guy who can afford his own car and doesn't have to rent everywhere. Or maybe you do what Opie and Anthony do and take limousines.
We don't take limousines, you ass.
And have Polish maids.
I was wondering what Opie and Anthony he was talking about.
Dude, my Polish maid costs nothing. She's desperate for money.
Slave labor?
It's pretty much slave labor. I give her a really good tip because it's ridiculous how much money they want for her to come over.
So that guy actually helped Satellite without meaning to, because now it's confirmed they're doing nothing about it. Thank you,
They're not going to
stupid.
regulate it.
There you have it. Paul from Long Island. What's up, Paul?
Yeah, it's the fucking ACLU. They're another big fucking group.
They are irritating.
Yeah, and like, I don't know if you guys like.
Wait, the ACLU is all for regulating satellite radio? No, no, I know.
No, Opie.
We're going backwards to what's the ACLU responsible for this time?
Protect all these bullshit little friggin' interest groups and threatening lawsuits if anybody crosses the line or if any other type of bullshit happens.
The ACLU, I think, man, used to be such a great organization fighting for black voting rights and all these things against police brutality, like things that were really going on. And the country has changed a lot. They won't acknowledge it's changed, so they're becoming increasingly irrelevant by nitpicking. And it takes away from their real causes. Like, I respect the fact that they'll fight for the Klan, and awful groups like that to be able to march. They don't just fight for liberal causes.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever listened to Stag Michael Savage, but he talks about time.
Yeah, I mean, he's a bright guy and he does a good show, but he's probably a little too conservative for me.
But I'm glad he just makes a lot of people aware of it.
Yeah.
All right, Paul.
Well, you're right.
You.
The ACLU is kind of getting on my nerves.
Thank you to Paul.
Coming up next on Opie and Anthony, Jim Norton sings.
Forget me not, you sightless twat. Your dog just shit on my rug.
Thought that was pretty fucking funny, didn't you?
How's that for a sketch?
The Opie and Anthony Show.
You don't do sketches, stupid.
I was walking down the street, and some construction guy was shouting at me, "Hey, show me your cans!" So I did. And he plummeted 17 floors and was impaled on a forklift. But my tits looked great.
Please, wow responsibly. A public service announcement of the Opie and Anthony Show.
It's the O&A virus.